Hi everyone, it's Lisa again. I'm just sticking my head in the window of Catholic Family Podcast today to share a really quick 2-minute tradition. This is a spotlight on little known customs of the Church and its people through the ages and around the world. During the Middle Ages, the days from August 15th to September 15th were called Our Lady's 30 Days. One can still find in Europe many Assumption shrines in which Mary is clothed in a robe covered with ears of grain. It's to these particular shrines that pilgrims traveled during the 30 days, begging Our Lady's intercession during the harvest season. The origin of this tradition stretches back to before medieval times. In pre-Christian history, herbs picked in August held pagan significance, a habit of thought that the Church in its wisdom sanctified by the practice of the blessing of herbs on Assumption Day, thereby giving it the character of a Christian rite of deep and appropriate meaning. In medieval legend, both animals and plants were said to lose their harmful traits during these 30 days. Poisonous snakes did not strike. Poisonous plants were harmless. Wild animals refrained from attacking humans. All food produced during this period were considered especially wholesome and good, and inclined to remain fresh longer than at other times of the year. If you've been putting off harvesting your garden, Our Lady's 30 days may very well be the best time to take care of that chore. Mind you, as soon as the Feast of the Assumption is over. No unnecessary labor on a holy day, of course. A couple other related facts. The name of this feast day can be translated in Central Europe as Our Lady's Herb Day, Krautertag in German, Matka Boska Zilna in Polish. In the Alpine provinces, the blessing of herbs is still bestowed before the solemn service of the Assumption. The city of Würzburg in Bavaria was at one time a favored center of these blessings, and from this fact it received its name, as Würz means spice or herb. I can personally vouch for this special addition to the European celebration of today's feast, having witnessed the blessing myself in Father Heine's Church, Mary Immaculate Conception in Bavaria in August 2018. The herbs and wildflowers were picked by the ladies of the church during the previous week, and after the blessing, the parishioners and we visitors were able to bring home little blessed bouquets. My dried arrangement still hangs above the crucifix in my bedroom as a reminder of a beautiful, ancient tradition of the Church, which is still observed in places in Europe, and notably where the true Mass is still being offered as well. Thank God for our stalwart priests in Europe and throughout the world, and a special hello to Father Heine and his wonderful mom and dad. But back to practicalities. The Roman ritual provides an official blessing of herbs that can be used by any priest on the Feast of the Assumption. It isn't a thing that's restricted to Europe as far as I can ascertain. Notable among other prayers, today's blessing contains the petition that God may bless the medicinal powers of the herbs and make them mercifully efficient against disease and poisons in humans and domestic animals. Folks who make their own naturopathic tonics might consider asking their pastor next year to add this blessing to the parish traditions. There is no concern too small for the care of Holy Mother Church. In the rite are a collection of blessings for every conceivable human need, from the custom set aside for affianced couples to the churching blessing of mothers after a baby is born. Every sacrament is a blessing, filled with grace to help us in our every concern, most especially those of a spiritual nature, but the Church also has blessings for our temporal needs, our homes, our automobiles, our crops, our animals, and even our barns. See the greater litanies and blessings on the Feast of St. Mark to learn about these. Many of these traditions have fallen out of use and faded from memory, but they are fun and interesting to learn about. Though it might be tempting to try, it's probably impractical for every parish to offer every observance from every culture for every feast day in the year. But they do serve as a beautiful reminder of the rich history and worldwide influence of the Church. They're a window into the heart of our faith, which is, as St. Paul said of himself, all things to all men, that it might save all. That's from 1 Corinthians chapter 9, verse 22. Postscript. Anyone who would like to share a 2-minute tradition, contact us within 2 or 3 days, ideally of its pertinent date, if it's of a timely nature. Feel free to record a podcast yourself for the consideration of the staff, or give us a heads up about unusual or forgotten traditions you'd be interested in having us cover, and we'll do our best. We love learning about our faith too. Thank you, and God bless everyone. Happy Feast of the Assumption.